Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Good morning, good evening, good night to all the people around the world. Here is Mr. Mudassir Majid Chaudhry. Once again, today we have a distinguished guest once again in our program, Andrea Mason. She is a motivational speaker, a global voice, and she is very much renowned in the world. She has been presenting different lectures on motivation, and she is acknowledged all around the world. Today we have once again she has with us. So she's going to express the things in the previous discussion that we have, because a lot of people, they just demand that you please take once more, because the ideas that she has given in the previous broadcast, it was amazing. It was simply a superb. A lot of people were saying that she got a lot of, they got a lot of things from the discussion. So a very warm welcome you once more, Andrea Mason.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is an honor, pleasure, and privilege to be back on the same platform with Mr. Madassar Mahajid Chi. Thank you so much. I want to welcome here, and I'm excited about empowering our youth. And now I'm going to turn it over to him, and we will let this discussion
Yes.
begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk about the empowerment of youth. In this world, if we take example, that whole world is very, in the whole world, the youth is very much frustrated. So in this regard, I talked to Andrea Mason that definitely we would have to talk about the youth. How can we empower a youth? So in this regard, I would like to ask you the very first question, that is, how we can empower our youth, because right now a youth of our world is suffering very much. So how we can make them on the right track?
Absolutely. The best way to empower our youth is what we were taught as parents at an early age: meet them where they're at. You know, when you're talking to a toddler or a young child, you crouch down and you get to eye level and really understand. Well, that same message and act does not stop there. The best way to empower our youth, young men and women, is to understand, to hear them, to listen fully without judgment, without critique of what they're actually looking for, the areas of improvement, their goals and dreams, and have a respectful and civil discussion and motivate them. Find out different strategies and opportunities that are available to meet their needs. Back to you.
Okay, so in this regard, I would like to ask you one more question. That is, our youth is very much lusty and hasty. So how they can fulfill their dreams in a short period of time? Because our youth just want to have everything in a very short time period. So how they can get all sorts of things in a minutes?
Absolutely. Yes, we are all about immediate gratification, instant satisfaction, but as fast as it happens is as fast as it can be taken away. We must remind our youth, take time. Everything requires patience, passion, perseverance, and production. It may not happen on your watch. It may not happen as fast as you need it to be, but be sure with the right intention, it will occur. Just constantly be proactive and not negative, and that's when you see results.
Okay, as you said that the people around here, the people who are very much associated with that, so especially youth, they are very much misguided by the people who are around them. So in this way, how they can be, betterly guided by the people who are around, how they can get some sort of positive thoughts from them, and how they can be guided properly.
The best way to do that, to get guided properly and adjust to their environment, this is something we've lost a long time ago. We've lost the courage and bravery to ask questions. In order for you to interact, fulfill your dreams, produce a task, there are questions that must be asked. You must be able to understand and be clear with your questions, and the environment that you're in, the adults, the industries. be mindful of their response, because you won't know the answers unless you ask a question. And I truly believe there's no such thing as a bad question. You're being informed, you're making an investment in your life. So be brave and bold enough to ask questions.
So in this regard, because right now you are living over there in USA, so the people who are living in USA, especially I'm talking of addressing to the youth. So if you would take a look, I mean, if you compare the people who are living here in subcontinents like these, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, so these states, so how they can be get connected and how can they solve their issues, especially by arranging the, I mean, the discussion or that one piece of advices and how they can be interconnected each other.
Absolutely. You know, we are individuals as humans, and different countries have different beliefs, standards, and discipline. And what I would advise our youth today is to be aware of what you're looking for. Have a clear vision, have a clear understanding of what you're aiming towards as far as your goal, whether that be academics, relationships, and a lifestyle. And although in some countries of the world, children are seen and not heard, make it a point to reach out to maybe a couple of youth that are maybe 5 to 7 years older than you to get personal experience. The more you ask, the more you know. The more you know, the more you grow.
So in this regard, I'd like to ask another question that how the people can get equal opportunities in the world where we are living because youth in the different part of the area, so they don't have equal opportunities. Right now, if you take example over there in America, the youth, they are very much facilitated, but in the other part of the world, so they are not very much facilitated on how they can get equal opportunities and how they can those opportunities can be arranged equally.
Absolutely. The best way is it's all about the numbers if you think about it. And I'm talking about quantity, but at the same token, it's quality. If you have a group of individuals that are like minded and that want to explore their academics or create a project to give back to society or even expand in their education, gather with other youth and then make a proposal, make a an option or an offer to fellow employees or industries or businesses. You know what? This is the idea we have. We've been innovative and creative. This is what we'd like to offer. And we want to be respected equally. That way, you're coming at a professional and pretty much mature angle, and you are required and benefit to be equal. So the way you go about it is gathering a group of like-minded individuals, because in numbers, that's when you make the impact. It starts with one individual that may be creative and innovative, but you get a bunch of different individuals that have areas of improvement and strengths. You come together and unite, and that's when you rise together.
As you use the word like-minded people, so like-minded people can change the scenario of the whole world. So especially like-minded people can provide opportunities to the people who are living in a different other part of the world. So they can just arrange some sort of things like Amazon and other in online businesses. They should provide them how they can provide equal entrepreneurship opportunities and how they can start their own small business and how they can start their any of the business which they can provide them assistance. So in this way, the world is over there. I think so. The world should provide them the opportunities, those things which they don't know about. They should provide them guidance in this regard that so that they may stand up and so they may mean they have a belief and they should work for the betterment of their lives.
Absolutely. And what's important is for a youth to be empowered, they have to be understood. They have to utilize their voice, utilize their skills, gifts, and talents within. And you get a group of individuals from all different backgrounds, all different ages within the youth generation. You're not only creating impact, you're creating empowerment you're showing diversity, and you're also showing your passion that you want to make a positive change in the world. And that is key. Learn all the gifts, skills, and talents that you have. Connect with another individual who has the same passion. And you may find, if I'm not savvy in technology, I'm going to connect with someone who has the same mission but is effective in technology. And that's how you fill each other's gaps. That's when the masses unite. And that's when you rise together and show that this is a significant message, mission, product, business that you're passionate about. And you come to the forefront with a plan, an action, as well as a solution. That's key.
Okay. Issue of proper time management, that is, I feel the youth is lacking. So in this way, how they can do something properly on the proper time management, and they can do something better in their life. How much time management is important in any of the person who is working for the betterment of his life?
Absolutely. Time management is one of the key components, number one component in being successful. It's one thing to have goals, it's another to have dreams. However, if you don't have the proper plan of action for time management, it is going to get difficult. We all have 24 hours in the day. However, it's how you utilize them. And most importantly, what we lose sight of is we are being busy as opposed to productive. We are helping others as opposed to fulfilling our needs first. It is important that the three key components with time management, you get ample and the proper sleep. Number two, you maintain and sustain a healthy lifestyle. That talks about the food you eat, the exercise, the people you surround yourself with, how you're maintaining your day and putting time in for rest. And number three, the other key component with time management is prioritization, plan of action, and also perseverance and persistence, making sure that you have a goal. Is it priority? In order to get step number two, you have to complete number one. But don't go to number two until you finish. That is one of the areas that is difficult for individuals in the world today. They start several projects, but they never finish one, or they never master one. Find something that's priority on your list, whether it's your personal health, your ample and adequate sleep, your nutrition, your exercise, spending time with your family. Put a bullet list of what your priorities are. Create a schedule like you would be going to school or for work, and dedicate those times to make a difference. The reason why time management is so important is because we get lost in time. We either do something until we get burned out and exhausted, or we do a little bit here, we get distracted, we do a little bit of something else, we get distracted. If you're doing a task at hand that's priority in your life, my
Okay,
mentor showed me this, pardon me, a stopwatch. Put a stopwatch, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, and time and discipline yourself. And if you're feeling like you're tired, exhausted, distracted, or bored, take a break, do something fun, get mobile, and return to it.
very rightly said. This is the thing that I feel that the answer that you have given right now to that this question are simply absolutely amazing. I feel that in this universe we're living, especially youth, when they get exhausted, they just leave it for the sake. I mean, they take it as for granted. They never put focus on that particular thing on which they're working, because they just want to get the results within the seconds. So in this way, they are fed up and they stop working on that particular field. So here, if I, because I'm a teacher, so I'm just working with the people, especially guiding to the students. So a lot of students, they are just, while reading any book, if they have lost concentration, they put that book or somewhere else, then they're going to sleep or going to play something or something, because they do not put focus properly. When they lack interest, definitely they would not have any sort of interest over there. So definitely they will be able to, put that book away and forget about that, what they're going to learn. So this is most probably the thing. Especially another thing that I would like to quote here, that our youth is very much misjudgmental. And
Mhm.
especially they are, hasty in this way, that they at once they draw a conclusion at the same time without thinking that what would be the ultimate, results of that. They just forget about that. They just putting focus on that, what he or she thinks, and whatever he or she thinks is right, even though there are some of the things which need to be discussed, which need to be think over it, and then we must have take 1 or 2 days so that we may have different ideas and we can have a better solution. But right now, our youth is just at once, they just make any statement, they just make the mind whatever they are, whatever the situation they are having, they at once made a mind and then take a decision. And sometimes these decisions are wrong, and even though they they feel that whatever the judgment that they made, that was false or fake. So later on they realized that it was a wrong one, and later on they started to make it improvement. So how our youth can, change this situation from the whole scenario?
Absolutely. And I believe this has been implemented by their environment, their upbringing, their parents, their schooling, their peers, that there's only two ways to go. Sure, there's a right way and a wrong way, but explore the other creative and innovative ways. Think outside the box. When I was growing up, my teachers would say, in school, they would say, okay, what is a way to do something? And we were only taught at that time there's the A or B. But if you really take a moment, and I like what you had really touched on, that was really important, Madasar, is taking that 3-second breath. Okay, what other options are there that I haven't explored? What are creative ways, innovative ways? Because if you think about it, look at the world today. I'm just going to give a silly example just to keep it simple. There is a restaurant that serves hamburgers, right? But there's 10,000 restaurants that sell hamburgers. Hamburgers is, whatever meat it is and the sides. But that's what the opportunity of life is. That's what's great about the world, is about human beings. They have the ability to think outside the box. And you're right. When people take a moment to think and act and decide, make a decision, and take a little bit more time to explore, you have more options. If you're just answering or making an impulse decision on your mood or the environment, the day you've had, or what have you, that's really not being informative. That's not being productive. And what a lot of times youth does is they repeat the same behaviors. But what's great about the lessons in life is, how many times are you going to fail until you fail forward? And that's what I encourage the youth to do. It's okay to make mistakes. Expand your mind, use your imagination, use your innovativeness and creativity. We are given that gift. So if there is a question or an idea that you have, write it down on paper. Look at it again tomorrow. Do it again. Look at it again 2 days from now. Do it again. And you will just see the opportunities are endless because of our creativity, our mindset, and our imagination, which is limitless.
As you know that we are discussing about the youth empowerment, right now I'm living here in Pakistan. In Pakistan, 70% people, women right now, they're working at home, even though they are very much educated, but they don't like to work somewhere. But as you right now, you're living over there in USA, men and women both work together. But here, just 70%, I feel that people, women, they are working at home. They're not doing any sort of job. Only male people are doing job, and female, they are just staying at home and just are leading the house and something, doing the household things or duties that they're performing. So what would you suggest to them, that right now the women, they are not working equally, as here you are living over there in USA, here in Pakistan? So what would you suggest to them, how they can be empowered, especially I'm talking about the woman's perspective, how the woman can get mean the things how they can should what do you think that should they do some sort of jobs to fulfill their needs or something they should stay at home and do something domestic household duties.
Absolutely. Technology is a tool, a treasure, or a tragedy. It's how the individual uses it. If we are working at home and the women of Pakistan, which I've met and from on all levels, it doesn't stop you. The world shut down a couple of years ago, and we have been forced for at least a year and a half, if not more, in some places, to work two dimensionally, virtually. If you have a passion and you have time, women at home, take some time for yourself. Do your passion. If you like to sew, get on media, create a page, connect with some individuals in the market of entrepreneurship. Women are up and coming in the business world remotely working from home. If you like cooking, get your daughters, get your children involved. Again, this goes back to the limitations that we have been programmed in our chip from our upbringing in society that we only if we are workers, we must be in the field, out of the home. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen social media, there's so many people working from home, walking around their towns, their villages. Be creative. You have something to contribute to this society. Don't let anybody tell you different. There's no crime in working or doing something you love and putting it on an media platform. Think about it. If you have individuals, I know some individuals from America and Canada and Australia that are benefiting from women in Pakistan, the Middle East, Africa, Indonesia, and so forth that are helping them remotely. Do what you love. This is one of the key components, and my quote of Stamp is follow your heart, not the herd and not the hurt. For success and happiness are on the other side. Women of Pakistan, and I know it applies for Africa as well. Yes, it's difficult to get an education. Yes, it's difficult to find work. But who is stopping you to create your own work? Who is stopping you? It doesn't cost much to go on Facebook. It doesn't cost anything to go on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Put your content out there. Value yourself. Look at your skills and connect with somebody who can benefit from your services.
In this regard, I would like to quote here that Pakistani women, they are very much educated these days. They are getting, I mean, a lot of, I mean, you know that women, all the women, young girls, and all those young, they are studying. They're studying high, even higher education. They are right now. They're studying in abroad in different countries. So they're educated. But the thing is that some of the women they don't like to work because their I mean husband says that stay at home and I am over there to up you bring so upbringing I'm there to help you out a lot and I will provide you every sort of assistance every sort of things that you need and all that. So in this way very good idea that you have given that stay at home if you want to live here and in your home work from home just you mean on Amazon and different other virtual assistants where you can provide your services and you can also earn I mean handsome amount of money from over there as well because
Right.
if your economy is strong your country is strong if but we're not working for your economy so then definitely you will have to suffer ultimately both men and women have to work just for the being betterment and for better perspective and at the same time better economy of the country.
Absolutely. And it's important if the women of Pakistan and other countries don't want to work, find something you love to do. All we want to do as human beings is number 1, be loved, 2, contribute to their family and or society and community. Don't devalue yourself because you aren't able to physically work in an office or a business. Find your worth, find your passion, and do what you love.
Yes, well, I think so. You have elaborated the thing, especially you have addressed the woman very encouragingly, very greatly. I would say that I mean that as right now the need of the hour is just to work for the betterment of the economy or the for the society at the same time. If you're educated, if any of the girl he's having a lot more information, knowledge, and knowledge about science and technology, she should serve. She
Yes.
should definitely serve for the betterment of the society. She should impart that knowledge to the other people so that they would also work for the betterment of society, because they need to produce such sorts of more people, same something like for the country. Because if you're working for that, you are just boosting the economy of the country, and in this way also boosting the literacy rate as well, that of the people are just getting education, the same time skills that they're working, skills that they're learning from that, and they would utilize it in better way and would be successful at the end. But here in Pakistan, definitely people are working, people are very much hard worker, people they are working equally right now these days. Men and women here in different departments, they're working equally. They just want to earn for the betterment of, because right now these days men and women both have to work properly so that they have to deal with the economic situation. If they we have any sort of crisis, so they are trying to utilize it. So they are working for the betterment of the country, at the same time their economy as well, because they need to the house, they need to lead the house, and at the same time they need different sort of things, so they therefore working for that. So very fruitful discussion. I feel that a lot of things, that a lot of people who have different questions in their mind must be answered. That you have given the answers of those questions very briefly. I feel that what would you think? How would you give any message regarding this? We are talking about the youth empowerment today. So, what the message that you would like to give to youth at the end of the, like a core or something crux that you would like to share?
Absolutely. Youth of the world, to empower you. I know you feel some sort of way about your parents. They're old school, they don't understand, they don't support what I do. It is your responsibility to find, and accountability to find what you love. What is it something that you do? So for example, if you want to be a pilot but you don't like math and you don't like statistics or history, acquire it to that, acquire it to being a pilot. Same thing as someone who is being a technology from IT. Once you find what you love, I encourage you to find someone in that industry who has been doing it for some time now. Dedicate your time, invest in your time being an apprentice, an intern, or volunteer. Because many times, at least I know from experience, I wanted to become a social worker and work in the psychology industries, which I have done. Had I known what it would entail, maybe I would have chose another profession. But due to my personal experience of being a victim of abuse and bullying, I wanted to contribute to shift the mindset of the professionals and shift the mindset to educate the families on what it's like. Find out what you can contribute to your family, your world, but most importantly, yourself, and ask someone in that field, that industry. Work behind them, shadow them, volunteer your work, and apprentice, and get some time in to really make a decision. Not only is it an investment to your family, but it's an investment to your dreams, your time, your effort, and your health. Remember, children, and in youth of empowerment, I want you to live your dreams, not the ones that your parents want you to do. All due respect to the parents out there. Yes, you have dreams. Yes, at times we may not realize we're placing our unfulfilled dreams upon our children. But in the end, it's their life to lead, their life to love. Life is not to be a survival journey. It's supposed to be an amazing journey of where dreams are created and don't have destinations, but they create deadlines, but they create the destinations. Youth of the world, I empower you to hear this from my heart. Do what you love, how you can contribute to the world, and be proud of what you do, and it will never be work for you because you're living through your heart and passion.
Superbly elaborated. I feel that the ideas, very much ideas that you have shared, the mass in the form of a message, superbly. I think so. Any young people who are attached with us, so if they listen you carefully and definitely attend attentively, definitely they would be able to go to find out the solutions of their problems. Right now in the world is in the chaos situation, though illness is just increasing day by day in different part of the world. But right now they just started to do, there are some of the people, they are just started to take drugs, and some started to do suicide and different things. So in
Mhm.
this way, I feel that your motivation would help them a lot, because you are doing such a great work. You are just like a guiding star for all of those, especially all those young men and women who are deprived and who are hopeless and who have nothing to do, what should do and what they should not do. So I feel that your discussion, your motivation, that the way you are describing different situation, I feel that if any person who is suffering in any sort of difficulty would like to listen to you, I personally feel that they can draw himself from that particular situation out of it, and they can lead a better life. Your motivations are just like that. They can change their life. They can think positively that what they should do it for themselves, even though a lot of people in the world, they are listening to you. They are just looking forward to you, that what the message you are giving to them, that how they can change their lives by the motivation at the same time, the ideas that you are giving to them. It's because we need such sorts of people who can boost them up, who can just provide them, this is right and this is wrong. In that situation you need to do this, and in that situation you need to do that thing. So in
Yes.
this way, I feel that a lot of people must have learned a lot of things from you.
Yes. Thank you. And it's important, we want to be part of the solution, not add on to the problem. So if you are lost, if you are stuck in your life and not sure which way to go, do I become a doctor? Do I become a motivational speaker? Do I become a teacher? Look at your life. This is the suggestion and recommendation I did. When the world shut down, I said, okay, what do I love? What can I contribute, not only to myself, but to the world? So I looked at my backstory, and I want to empower people that they are not alone. What is an area of your life that is difficult, that you're struggling with? How can you change that? How can you help that? How can you achieve or provide a solution? If you are depressed, if you are using drugs, let's get to the root cause of that feeling, that reason, that trigger, and say, you know what? I'm still here today. I have another opportunity and a choice, what I like to call press play. Plan life according to you. If you're angered, what is angering you? Learn about it. Share your story. Share your experience. Empower others. If you are frustrated and utilizing alcohol or drugs, that's causing and adding on to the more problems. What is the solution? One of my greatest bosses had said to me, you don't know how good you feel until you feel good. Find out what makes you happy. Find out what makes you smile. And look at your friends, your network, your surroundings, your family, your coworkers, your fellow classmates. And what do they say to you? I'm going to him or her for that. What do you find people are attracted to you for? Are you a good listener? Are you a good communicator? Are you a problem solver? Are you a nurturer? What do you give to others? Learn that craft. Be bold enough and brave enough to ask all of your entities in your life, from parents, authority figures, teachers, coaches, mentors, fellow classmates, and family members, and learn how to master and pay it forward with your skill set.
Great. I personally feel that I have learned a lot of things from you. The very basic ideas that you are just sharing with us. So I feel that is just coming to my mind, and just trying to sort out the problems that I'm having in my mind, just through your healing power. I feel that just
Yes.
trying to sort it out, the issues that might
Yes.
I have in my mind. So thank
Yeah.
you very much. I feel. Yes, yes. Thank you very much for your, I mean, a fruitful discussion. At the end, I would say that a lot of people around the were attached to it because the last video that we shared, people have watched that video in thousands. Sort of, I mean, more than, I mean, 2,000, 3,000 people, they have watched your video. So they must, it means that people in Pakistan, they're just following you. They're just focusing on you. The things that you're sharing, they're just getting an idea from you. So thank you very much. I hope so that off and on we'll try to get your precious time to have
Yeah.
you online. So thank you
Yes.
very much once again.
And you brought a great attention to that before we leave, Madassar, is the healing power of forgiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, we've all been a victim, whether it's a victim in our own mind, a victim of abuse, bullying, of whatever kind. And I want you to hear this from my heart. Not only is it important for you to forgive those, not forget, but to forgive yourself, because we are carrying so much baggage from 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or even weeks and months ago, some decades. Get to the root of the triggers, the anger, the frustration that you have, and the sadness inside, and turn it around. You are in control. You write the pen to your own story now. Find out what makes you sad, change your channel, and share that positive energy. And believe you me, it will be received over and over again. It's ready, and be infectious with love as opposed to toxic with hate. If it happened in the past, face it, or it will continue to chase you. I thank you for your time. We all have gifts, skills, and talents. And if you're looking for areas of improvement, reach out to others. Here we are today on this platform, from America to Pakistan. Think of the impact, the influence that can be done if more and more people connect this way. I am going to make it my duty on a frequent and consistent basis, and we will discuss later with Sir Madhusar on how we can empower the world and be the change and reflect and emulate the change. This needs to happen and start right now, but it starts with your reflection. Love yourself first, and others will follow. Thank you.
Very, thank you very much. Oh, what a way to express the things. You just became your fan. The way you're just talking, the way you're sharing your ideas, it's looking like that some of the teacher is sharing his information. He's trying to motivate his students. The same situation is like in front of me that you're. I feel that your complete motivation is over there. Your complete attention is over there. Just guide them up this from the right to wrong, provide them opportunity. If you're in any of this depression and despair, try to come out of that box and do something other activity. So
Yes.
thank once again, thank you very much for your precious time. So I'll take another
Absolutely.
time, another
Yes.
session with you, definitely. So
And I
thank you very
encourage anybody right here, AndreaMasons.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I welcome you, AndreaMasons.com. Connect with me to learn more. And I'd be more than happy to welcome your gift, your presence, and gift of time. Time should never be taken advantage or wasted. It's something you can never get back. And Madassar, I am grateful for your time. Until we meet again, thank you so much. This has been Empowerment Youth, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. Ciao.
much.
Te
Thank you
amo.
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to all of you.
Yes. Okay.